Hello, Internet world. How you guys doing? Well, my last video was kind of short, so this time I'm packing something with a little more uh, juice to it, if you will. Uh, I know everybody has their favorite animal, and uh, anyone who knows me longer than 5 minutes knows that mine is the tiger. I mean, let me ask you: is there a more noble, beautiful, majestic creature anywhere on the planet, at least that walks the land? And I know birds are different category, things that live in the water different category. So, is there a better creature that walks on land than the tiger? I would be very hard pressed to find it. I really would. You would have to, show me all kinds of evidence to prove that something that walks on land that's not the tiger is equally or uh, even more, dignified and beautiful and majestic and all of that. Uh, to look at the tiger, you would see two things. Um, you see something that, yes, it walks on land and is very beautiful and noble and majestic and graceful. But at the same time, you're looking at one of the world's apexest of predators. Um, I've watched videos here on YouTube of tigers taking down bears, giant buffalo, and things of that nature. Oh, don't worry. This is Arctic Blitz Gatorade. Really good stuff. But to look at the tiger, you would see all this. And it took me a long time to figure out how the hell does this balance? How the hell does the tiger balance this insane, cruel dark side with its outer exterior of beauty and power and majesty? Yes, I'm still messing with this cold here. Well, sorry about that. I had to take care of something there. Persistent cold won't go away, but I got the Mucinex and it's doing this job real well. I should be by in a couple of days. So the next time you see me on a video, I might be healthy. But in any case, back to what I was saying. How does the tiger balance all this? Well, it's the same way we balance ourselves, guys and girls. You keep your inner self hidden, and outside you show what you show. And the tiger has that stuff on lock. I mean, he made a science out of that thing. He could even give clinics on it and just teach us all how to do it. But for me, also, the tiger is a bit more than my favorite animal. It's also something of I tend to think, a spiritual association. When you have as many frequent dreams as I do about the ones I remember, about in some, everything from being a tiger all the way out to, wearing a tiger armor in a medieval battle in a dream. It kind of hints at some kind of, metaphysical association. Something that transcends the bonds of this, mortal coil Earth that we live on, that, makes us hide our real selves in this ridiculous, flesh covering, when we could all be out here just existing as pure life forces and having a lot more fun. I think if I go back to when I'm going to be 40 soon, so to think through it this way, go back to when I was 9. I had a dream. I was in this, just for lack of a better term, call it a clearing in some woods. In this dream I had when I was a kid, and I was just hanging out there, looking at the sky, looking around at the trees, getting a feel for the grass, all that good stuff. And believe it or not, this tiger approached me in this dream. I really didn't know much about tigers then. I wasn't too big a fan of them. To me, they were just another animal. But this tiger, as it walked towards me, I was initially kind of scared. This thing is in my dream. It's going to eat me, and I'm going to die. But It stopped about 3 feet away, I guess, and started talking to me. If you can believe that, because it was actually talking to me, speaking English, a la, Aslan and the Wild Witch and the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie. Although it was, a more a living tiger and not something animatronic that somebody just built for a movie. It asked me if I wanted to follow its path. I still have, still not entirely sure I'm at the end of it, whatever all this means. But at the time, I'm 9 years old and get an escape from regular life in this pretty righteous dream. I said, okay, sure. He says, well, good. Come with me. And we started walking into this giant temple. Where, you go through the door. I remember the door had like a tiger engraving on the door. And there was like gargoyle tigers on the corners of the wall going up. And, all this tiger symbology are all around it. You go in and all these people dressed in not tiger skin outfits, but tiger pattern outfits. White tiger pattern outfits, orange tiger pattern outfits, and we'll get it right here. And they're all, warrior training and fighting and using weapons and firing laser guns and all this cool stuff. And about that point, I woke up, but I have a feeling that in my dreams, I've been back there more than I remember. But as I got older, I started seeing, more of myself in the tiger. I mean, I'm not, to look at me, I'm not obviously, physically very powerful, but there are times when my internal strength, if you will, has been tested to limits that I never would have thought existed beforehand. I mean, my favorite example of a test like that was in the Army basic training, going on this obstacle course and having to traverse this rope over a river. What was absolutely insane about it was there was two ways you could do it. You could go over the top in the traditional way with one leg hanging down, one leg wrapped around the rope, or the other to kind of hang onto the rope from the bottom and kind of wrap your legs around it and just kind of hand over hand across the rope. So I didn't think I had it in me to do the over the top way, so I went over the bottom. Meanwhile, I'm hearing guys that are bigger than me, stronger than me, older than me, more physically fit than me, falling in the damn river. I heard 3 or 4 splashes as I went across, preceded by a few good loud meanwhile, the drill sergeants are seeing that I'm falling and these guys, no, I'm not falling and these guys are, and they just start screaming, don't fall, don't let go, don't you dare fall. So I make it all the way across, and by the time I get all the way across, I found out that, which guys had fallen in and I hadn't. It was pretty impressive for me. I thought, man, that's pretty cool, So I moved on and, did more of the obstacle course and got done with it. But that was a test of maternal strength right there. I mean, whew, Lord have mercy. But more attributes of the tiger, characteristics of it that kind of share up with me until recently. Have been kind of a loner, and with a small circle of people that I would prefer to spend time with. The tiger's kind of the same way. I mean, you watch all these TV documentaries and stuff. For the most part, the male tigers are, the males for their territories. And, they, scratch on trees and urinate on trees, so everybody knows where their territory is. I mean, I obviously don't urinate on trees and all that to mark my territory as I'm a human being, but I tend to think sometimes that, I might at times need more quote unquote me time than some people, which is fine. We all need time to be in solitude and decompress and all this. And I like to get mine when I can, my me time when I can. But the thing that gets me the most about this whole me and Tiger thing, I've been in presence of live tigers. I've seen live tigers up close, well, close as possible, given my cages and, habitats and environments. And every time I've done this, I've always tried to look the tiger in the eye. And what really surprises me is that I see myself. That doesn't surprise me anymore. It did the first couple times, obviously, but it doesn't anymore. I look in the tiger's eyes and I see myself. And to me, that is something that is quite special to notice. How many of y'all look in an animal's eyes and see yourself? Probably not all of us can do it. But I know there are those of us. I know there are those of us like me who feel close to certain animals that can. Seeing yourself in the eyes of an animal like that, it shocks you. Makes you go, "What on earth is this?" And in my experience, I come to find that there's, well, maybe not, like a spirit of a tiger living in me, but certainly some kind of a spiritual association. It's something to really be. It's something that's really awesome, and I wish more people would know about it and try and find it. Because you can learn a lot from an animal. You can learn about strength. You can learn about courage. In my case with the tiger, you learn about honor and skill and precision. And the value of getting it right the first time. Because if the tiger doesn't get it right, he doesn't eat. So the value of getting it right the first time also. So what I'm going to do, I'm obviously not going to try and, send you guys out on quests to find your animal you can spiritually associate with. That would be ridiculous, and I know I would have no authority to even do that. But as much as I can't tell you to do it, I'm going to ask you to do something instead. If you come across it by accident or however, if you come across an animal that you think is kind of like you, or you kind of like it in some ways, or you might feel connected to, I'm going to ask you, please, embrace the connection. Learn what you can from it. Enjoy it. Learn it all. Learn about the animal. Everything from what it looks like to how many subspecies there are, or just about anything else you can imagine with it. Learn all you can from the connection. Embrace it. Become one with it. It's nothing you want to. It's nothing that you want to get away from if you find it. Because if you do lose it, I can promise you'll never get it back. Obviously, I'm not. This is not saying, internet world out there, go and find it because you must have it. No, not at all. I'm not doing that at all. More like, you come across it, enjoy it, embrace it, love it, learn it, live it. Just see what happens. You might be surprised, and you might enjoy. But I hope you guys come across, and I hope you do take my advice on it. And we'll see you all next time.